So you guys out there are always asking me, Steve, do some reviews on some cheaper rifles, please. I've not got £1,000, £2,000 for an FX or a day state. So how would you like a full PCP multi-shot magazine, full body bottle system on it, absolutely everything, beautiful walnut stock, 2 magazines and a carry case, all for about £300 to £350? Well, if so, keep watching. It's the Kral Puncher NP-02 review coming up. Hi guys, it's Steve here, aka Catanoni, and welcome to another video on airgunology. On this channel we do a whole of air gun and air pistol reviews, as well as technology. So if you're new here, stumbled on us, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to check out the link down below in the video description, where I'll leave you lists on Amazon where you can go to all the stuff that I reviewed that are non-rifle related. And welcome if you're new here. So, as I said in the intro today, I'm going to keep saying this a lot. This is a recommended retail price of £400, UK pounds, as of about March 2019. But I know that people have been getting this rifle for about 300, even less, maybe 320, depends on where you go, where you get it from, and it is selling out everywhere you go. Yeah, this is the Kral Puncher NP-02, not to be confused with the recent bullpup they've released on there. But yeah, you heard that right. What you're getting is this rifle, 2 magazines, fill probe and a carry case, and it's all around, if you shop around about the £300 mark. That is an amazing bargain, but is it any use? Well, we'll get onto that in a bit. Let's do our usual review on the rifle and talk you through it all. So, Kral itself has had a bit of a bad reputation with some of the early punchers. I do know lots of people that have had them. They've gone backwards and forwards because they've had issues with them, etc. But it looks like they've solved a lot of the problems with the NP-02. A lot of the problems indeed. So what have you actually got here? Well, you've actually got a rifle now. It's fairly heavy at the moment. I've got an old AGS scope on the top of it that I put on here myself. But basically you're looking at just a shade under 3 kilograms in weight. So it's fairly weighty itself. But it's got a beautiful, beautiful stock. More of that to come though. The overall length, before you put a moderator on the end of it, or silencer, whatever you want to call it, you're looking at about 77 centimeters. And the barrel itself is a 32 centimeter barrel in here. Now, it is not a regulated rifle, and it is not a match barrel, and it is not a match trigger. Come on, it's £300 we're talking here. So we've really got to bring it down a little bit on this. But you can get this bad boy in 177, you can get it in a 2.2, which this one is, and I believe you can even get it in a 2.5. And as we said before, it comes with 2 magazines. Now these magazines are fantastic, and I'll leave a bit of a review video running on here. You know, FX, if you're watching, this is how you do a magazine. Simple, it doesn't cost the earth. Basically, you rotate it like you would with a normal, let's say, FX magazine, and you put the first pellet in the right way in, and then you just turn it and you drop the pellets in the right way in. They drop in, they fit in brilliantly, and it works. Lovely. Please, FX, on your rifles, I love your rifles, but please just follow these guys. That's how you do a magazine. Yeah, really, really nice on there. But let's walk around the actual rifle itself. So the first thing you're going to look at it is it's either pig ugly or you like the looks of it. It's very much like the FX Verminator. So what you've actually got here is a body bottle at the back on here, and that is the total cylinder capacity you've got is actually this one here and a cylinder under here. So it's actually 2 cylinders. When you take the stock off, you'll notice there's like a copper pipe or a brass pipe inside there linking the 2 cylinders. So what you've actually got is a total cc of about 530 cc. So yeah, there's 2 cylinders in there. Now your shot count, I've not done a whole load of shot count on this. I've done a quick bit of research on it, but you're around about in 2.2, about 200 to 220 120 or so shot count. Now that will vary depending on the power limits that you've got, and obviously in the UK this is a sub 12 foot-pound, but you can get them higher than that. Now its capacity in 177 is 14 shot magazine, 2.2 is a 12 shot magazine, and 2.5 is a 10 shot magazine. So what you've got here is the buddy bottle at the back, and this forms the actual buttstock itself into the shoulder like so. And it's actually quite a nice little fit. Now this one's actually got an aftermarket guard over the top of it, so it doesn't quite look like this if you buy it retail on there. But quite nice, very nice and simple. If you might like this, you might not. If you're not an FX Verminator fan, then you probably won't like this. And of course you can take the bottle off it, but generally you're going to leave the bottle on there. So we move down now and we've got absolutely gorgeous wooden stock. This is absolutely, well, probably, I can't believe this is 300 quid. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous wooden stock. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's beautiful, beautiful walnut on there, nicely made, nicely set up. Of course, the stock itself is much smaller, so they can really put a good quality piece of wood in there. So not having to get a massive piece, which obviously costs more on quality control. But it is a fantastic stock for the price on it. Really, really good trigger on there. Now you are actually finger down and thumb around pistol grip. There's no thumb up position on this for those shooters on there. But nice piece of wood on that. You have a safety catch up here, which is safe and fire. Nice little flick, it's not too loud. Nice and easy to use, functional, works absolutely great itself. Under here we have the old trigger, and of course this rifle is unloaded, I think, so I am going to put my finger on the trigger. But basically the trigger here is a two-stage trigger. However, it is not a match trigger. Don't expect it. We're talking £300 here. It is adjustable. To adjust it, you need to take the stock off and you play with the linkages on here. It is a heavy trigger, but more about the trigger later when I do the summing up. We also have a power wheel just here as well, so you can turn the power up and down. Now obviously if you get this sub 12 foot-pound in UK, your maximum power you should get it at from your RFD is 12 foot-pound, and then turning it down drops it down to about 8 foot-pound, and you can change it through the different variations there. Underneath here we have the second cylinder itself, and it is filled by the fill gauge at the bottom, and of course they give you the actual fill probe to go with that as well. So like we said, it's a 200 bar fill to fill this up here. That's what I've been filling it up at, and you're talking about 200, maybe 250 shots on there, but obviously it depends, like I said. But this is a all surrounded in Turkish walnut. The actual anodizing on it is not too bad. It's not the best quality, yeah, but £300, remember that, £300. And it does leave some nice fingerprints, so make sure that you actually clean it all up afterwards. At the front is my pet hate, the old gauge on the front of there. I hate it being there. At least it's not right on the end of the barrel, but obviously safety first. So you fill it up to £200 bar in there, check it on there like so. Obviously you go in the red, it's time to refill it. If we spin the bad boy around now you'll notice with this is that the actual cocking lever is on the left hand side. Why is that? Why does it look like this? Well, I've heard that this has come from the Kral shooting pistol, and the cocking handle is on the left hand side, hence the size of the stock and the actual pistol grip on this as well. And they've just carried it through and basically put it onto a rifle. Now, with the cocking handle on the left hand side, I actually like this. As a right-handed shooter, I love it because that is my arm. My right arm is my stability arm with my trigger finger here. This arm, my left arm, is a supporting arm. That's all it is. So when I then come to cock the rifle, instead of having to do this with my right hand and moving my point of aim, I can keep it still, use my left hand and cock the rifle. I love it. I love it so much that I'm actually converting my Daystate Red Wolf across to that way because I think it's a cool idea. So, bit of a quirky feature, but actually very, very useful. So, try it out. I recommend you try that out for those that can convert the cocking handle on the other side. Now, the cocking handle itself is fairly crisp, let's say. It's not super smooth, silky smooth like you'll get on the more expensive rifles, but it's functional and it works absolutely great. There's quite a good pull on it. And we hear it click, push forward, and obviously this rifle is unloaded, and there is quite a clatter coming out of here. It's not silky smooth or anything like that. There is, you can feel the twanging going on here as it lets it go, and it is non-regulated as well, so you've got to watch that power curve. You've got to find where your sweet point is and when the power starts to drop off. So you know, we all know about power curves of unregulated rifles. They start off like so and then they dip away, and you're looking to shoot in that beginning 90% to the end 20%. That's the area at the flattest point of the graph. That's where you should be shooting with that. So like I said, it's unregulated. But the magazine just slots in. So basically we cock the rifle like so. The magazine then slots in, so there's no anti-double load. Magazine, it's a bit weird, it goes in rounded bit first. You slot it in like so, just slots in, and then the magazine closes. Now it does have an a no pellet mechanism on the magazine, so when you're empty it will not go forward, which is quite nice. And another thing I love about the magazine as well is it has beautiful little clear numbers on it. I don't know if we can see that, but I'll leave a picture. Really nice, and it works. You can see it on the left hand side and you can clearly see how many shots you've got left. Really nice. I do like that. Magazine is made of plastic, but that's fine. Most magazines nowadays are. And let's just fire that shot off on the end there. Now at the front of the barrel here, like I said, it's a non-match barrel, but it's a standard UNF thread on here. Your standard, I think it's 1/4 inch, isn't it? Is it? No, it's 1/2 inch UNF on the front here. Now, you are going to need a silencer with this. Listen to this. Now, I keep cocking it the wrong side here. Right, it is loud. It's a, oh, that hurt. It is a very loud rifle. There's no shrouding going on there, so definitely recommend you put a silencer on this, especially if you're in backyard blinking. Now I've got an A-Tech on here, nice and cheap, 40 quid. Good little A-Tech silencer on here. Really nice, and it does really quieten the whole rifle down. And if we move around, there isn't really that much more other than to mention that you've got standard 11mm dovetail mounts at the top, which has Picatinny inside there. I don't know if we can see that, but again I'll leave pictures. You can get a Picatinny on there. It's a bit hit and miss. It's not a proper Picatinny rail. You can sort of get away with it, but certainly dovetail works absolutely no problems. And you've got plenty of scope room up here, but you do need to be aware that once you've got your magazine in, you've got to make sure that you've actually got plenty of scope room. So let's just get that magazine in. There's actually quite a lot of room there, so you know, I've got medium mounts on it and may even be able to get away with low mounts on that. So actually quite good. Yeah, really surprised. So as I said, you know, £300 on it. You know, you've got a PCP rifle. Okay, it's non-regulated, beautiful stock, 2 magazines, a carry case. What's there not to like about it? Well, I think what we're going to have to do is the usual thing. We're going to have to take it outside, we'll have a bit of a shoot with it, see what we think of it, and then we'll come up and do some summaries on it. Okay, so we're outside. The weather's not too bad. It's a little bit gusty, but nice and clear. We've got the Kral Puncher NP-02, and we're going to do a selection of pellet testing here at 25 meters in 2.2. We've got some Crossman Premier pellets, some Power Pels, H&N Field Target Trophy, some RWS Superfields, and some AA Diablos. 25 meter target, camera down range, unsorted pellets, just checked that they're okay, and they're all going to be magazine fed with 12 shots in the magazine, and we'll see how we get on. You know the score. So anyway, first up we've got the Crossman Premiers. Let's give these a go. Next up is the Power Pels. Again, 12 shots, 2.2, 25 meters. Next up is the H&N Field Target Trophies. Again, 25 shots,
25 meters. 12 shots, 25 meters. Next up, we got the RWS Superfields. Again, 12 shots, 25 meters. And finally, we have the AA Diablo, Field Diablos. Let's see how well these do. And 12 shots, 25 meters.
Okay, so we're back inside, and yeah, the shooting on it is not great. It's not great at all, you know, but I'm going to say it again, 300 quid. Yep, you can pick these up for 300 quid. Do not, and I was not expecting to get FX or Daystate or AA quality for £300. But I tell you what, it is actually quite fun. The shooting wise, you know, I got better with this, but basically I think those are the targets that you saw there. Not too bad at all. There's some other target there. I think these are the ones that you saw. Basically, it's not that pellet fussy, but I found that the powers were not too bad, and the AAs and the H&M field targets trophies, they were quite good on there. Really with it, because it's not a match barrel or anything like that, you know, I'm not going to recommend you a pellet to put in this. I'll leave that up to you to do, but I'd certainly be looking at the H&M field target trophies, and I'd have a look at AAs as well. Just give them a go to see how you get on that. But let's sum this up. What do I really think about the NP-02? Well, first off, you get 2 magazines, you get a carry case, and you get a full rifle. Obviously, you've got to add the scope and your means of filling it up. But like we said, recommended £400. I know these are selling for 300, and they're going like hotcakes off the shelves. So that is a massive, massive plus point for anyone wanting to get into PCPs or air rifles and are not sure. Yes, really, really nice. So a massive plus point on that. The price. The stock on this one. In this example that I got here too, I can't fault the stock. It is gorgeous. Really, really nice. Deep walnut wood on there. Beautifully stippled up. Really nice to hold in the pistol grip. Obviously they can do that because the wood is a bit shorter and they're not using so much of it. But really, really nice. I'm actually quite impressed with that. The price. Yeah, we've mentioned the price. I told you I'm going to keep mentioning the price on there. The magazine loading. I'm going to say it again. I'm not going to get Christmas cards off FX. FX, that's how you make a magazine. If these guys can do it and give you 2 for 300 quid, you guys can do it as well. Surely you can. I love it. It's simple. I've not had one single problem with this magazine. Pull it in the right way round, spin it around, slot it in. It just works. And you get 2 of them. Really, really good on there. You get a lot of features in here as well. So you basically got the anti-empty magazine load. You've got a power wheel in here as well. Really, really nice to see all of that lot. The Picatinny rail / dovetail rail, a little bit dubious on that one. You know, you try your mileage on that, see how you get with it. But really, really a great, great bargain on here. And the other thing I like it is it's introduced me to left-hand cocking by accident, but I think that's a cool idea on that. It's very well built, very nicely made as well, but you are going to need to put a silencer or a moderator on the end of it. So really, really impressed. However, let's look at some of the bad points. Now, bear this in mind, I've said already, 300 quid. Yeah, it's cheap. Yes, it's cheap. It is nowhere near as accurate as an FX, a Daystate, or an AA 510 or BSA R10. It is nowhere near as accurate as that. I struggle to shoot this rifle because of, let me just go through it. The trigger on here is not a match trigger and it's not a match barrel. The barrel, let's leave that to one side. I'm not the best shot in the world and I have got better results since I did the shooting for the video. I've got some definitely better results. However, the trigger is very heavy. Now I've actually taken off, and I'll leave some pictures, but I've actually taken the stock off with the owner and we adjusted the trigger quite a lot. We have got it to an inch of its life. In other words, if you back it too much and make it too fine, it will not actually cock. So we've got it within an inch of its life, and it's a 2-stage trigger, but there's the first stage, and again, of course this is empty. There's the first stage, but the second stage requires quite a pull on that, and I'd like it to be lighter than that, but maybe I'm spoiled on there. But the biggest problem I find with the trigger is that the way the trigger is shaped, the blade on the trigger, it just feels wrong for a right-handed shooter. You're supposed to shoot with this top part of your finger on there, so you squeeze towards you and you pull in a straight line. The shape of this trigger forces you to actually use the crook of your finger, this part of your finger, which then forces you to pull the rifle, which pulls your shots and leads to inaccuracies. That's what I found. The shape of the trigger, I can't shoot it like you should because of the shape of it. Your finger slides and moves off it. So much so that I looked at this and thought, well, this came from a pistol and the cocking handle's on the left-hand side. Put your left-hand finger on it and it feels better. It really feels like the trigger is designed for a left-handed person. Now, I thought I was going mad, so I actually asked 3 different people to try it, and they've all said yes, it feels better on your left finger. If this was my rifle, I would strip this rifle down, I'll take the trigger out, and I'll grind a flatter blade on the trigger. That is what I would do. The trigger is a letdown, but I know it's a 300 quid rifle, but it's just a small thing that you could change on this. Grind that trigger, get it a bit flatter, get it nicer in your finger so it fits there nicer, and it will stop you pulling shots left and right. At the same time, what I would do is I'd strip this rifle down and polish it up so that you could get a much crisper action on that trigger. It's not a match stage trigger, but you can polish it and you can get it nice, get the sear points much slicker on it. But yeah, obviously that's extra. Maybe you want to take that to a RFD and get them to do that. Maybe not. You know, at the end of the day, that is extra expense. But it's definitely, I'm afraid, let down a little bit by the trigger. You get used to it. I've got better with it, certainly. Last time I shot it, I got some decent groups. But trust me, it took me a long time to get there with that. The gauge near the barrel. You know I hate it. Enough said. I hate them there. They should be down here, not up here. I've always said that. It's only got a match barrel. Sorry, it hasn't got a match barrel on here, so obviously you're not going to get the accuracy. I would personally say that this is accurate out to about 25 meters, 30 meters out of push for ratting and the light pest control. You're not going to be, well, I certainly wouldn't recommend this unless it's been tinkered with. I would not recommend this out to anything longer than that, or for long distance rabbits, no. It's just not accurate enough to do that. But I'm going to say it again, £300. Yeah, what do you expect for that sort of price? Yeah, great for backyard plinking, introduction to the sport. For close range ratting, most definitely it's great for that. So the accuracy is let down a bit, but that's to be expected. So come on, let me sum this up. What do I think? For 300 quid, I've said it again, haven't I? 300 quid, I reckon this is a cracking introduction rifle for those not wanting to spend a vast amount, wanting to get into the sport, want something for close quarter ratting around farms, because it's nice and short, it shoulders really well, it's not too bad at all. But put a couple of slings on this and you'll be well happy with this. But yeah, nice introduction for sport. I'm actually wondering whether or not to get one myself, and you might wonder why. Because I've always wanted to strip a rifle down, polish one up and really make a project out of it. Well, for 300 quid I could do that. I could get one of these, polish it up, change it around, get it sorted out, and it will be a great little project. So you might want to consider that as well. But overall, should I buy one? Beginner? Yes. For that price, you'd be stupid not to. It's great. Don't expect to win competitions. You won't. Don't expect to put pellet on pellet. You won't. But for the price, for what you're getting, awesome. And then later on, once you get a bit more knowledgeable, and you might want to strip down and polish it up and get it a bit better, then you could do that, or you could give it to an RFD. But overall, yes, I think this is a cracker, and absolutely no wonder why it's flying off the shelves. So I'd really like to know your opinions on the Kral Puncher, the older versions and the new version, because I know there's been quite a lot of horror stories. Have you got an NP-02? Have you brought one? Are you one of the ones stealing them off the shelves? Let me know. Leave the comments down below as usual. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new here, as we said before. Check the video links down there for donations and for the Amazon pages that I've put up for the other non-rifle related products that I've got there. There's links there where you can get that. And don't forget our Facebook group as well. It's doing really well at the moment. I think current date it's about nearly 1,400 users. Nice friendly group where you can ask questions about this, and the members on there will try to get back to you. But anyway, as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next video. But there, that's the Kral Puncher NP-02. I love it. I think it's great.